Guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Life Like Bunny. I am Bunny, the life that is of. I've got another video for you guys. If you not read the title, today's video is me talking about poverty. That the idea that poor people shouldn't be having kids being the dumbest take I've ever seen online. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean poor people shouldn't be having kids? Huh? That is the dumbest thing I've ever had. You know, kids happen to people. It feels like one of the dumbest things that's ever said on the internet is saying that people who are poor shouldn't be having kids, when literally poverty, it is not anyone's fault. When poverty is a systemic issue, when poverty is always the government's fucking problem. Like, what the fuck? So only people who should be having kids should be rich people. Rich people are the only people who get the right to have community and to have family. That is not okay. I disagree. I think it's such a dumb take that we need to kind of structure who we are. One day the government is going to change the rules, and then they're going to be like, all the money that you stolen is our money. And the children, the literal children who have nothing to do about it, who just were born in the situation, are now facing the consequences. And now when the government takes all that fucking rich man's shit, now they're homeless. The children are homeless. They have nothing. If it gets to that extreme. And now whose fault is that? And now poor people can't have children. Poverty happens. Most people who are actually poor are not having kids. They're literally being forcefully sterilized. Did we not see the sterilizing homeless people vans going around, when mainly all the homeless people that they're trying to sterilize are literal children from foster care that were supposed to be taken care of by the government, who has also failed. So it's not about the money if the government itself is failing to take care of children when it has all the resources in the goddamn motherfucking world. It's almost as if in order for children to get the literal lifestyle they need a community that is set up properly, not just two parents, whether they are rich or not. It's just being rich can afford you to buy a community, to buy a maid, to buy a gardener, to buy a babysitter, to literally buy a teacher, a pianist, to buy a community, so your children are getting all these things. But when you're poor, your community has been dismantled. You don't have money to buy it. It's not about the parent, it's about the fucking system. That is a dumb fucking take, when any of us can be poor tomorrow. It doesn't matter how rich you are. Literally doesn't matter how rich you are, unless you're there behind the people printing money. Because even then we could all wake up one day and say fuck you and your money, if we choose to. But the children will still be here. Like, that is, as somebody who grew up as a as somebody who grew up as a poor child, I wasn't happy that yes, my parents were poor. But was I upset? But I didn't think it was their fault. In Uganda, when my parents were struggling with paying school fees, paying with bills or whatever, my grandmother struggling to take care of me, I didn't for once think, oh, these people committed a crime by being poor. I sat there and I looked and I blamed Museveni, as everybody should be blaming the fucking government, not each other, and pointing at each other. Like, holy motherfucking hell, are we alright in the motherfucking noggin? What do you actually mean poor people shouldn't have kids? Poor people shouldn't have it. Do you know people run away from wars and go to other countries, and now they are forced to be homeless? They are forced to be homeless because they are coming into a new culture, a new environment. They don't have a community. They are forced to start from scratch. And starting from scratch looks like being homeless most of the fucking time. I can attest to that. And it's not because something they planned in their life to happen. They had a mansion back home if they were lucky. They had resources back home, but they had to move because of war or because of financial insecurity. Whatever reasons, they have to move, because migration is something you should do as a human anyway. So they migrate and come and start from zero, and then you're telling them they shouldn't have had their kids, they shouldn't have run away from war. All the people who are going to be running from Palestine, people who are going to be running from Congo and Sudan, running to the rest of the other countries, they're going to be running with their children, and they're going to be by definition poor fucking people. But they weren't poor. They were nurses, they were doctors, they were lawyers, they were friends, they were sisters, they were literal people with family and community. But now it's been ripped apart through war, and now they're forced to be poor people in another country. And you're telling me you're going to blame them for the poverty that they did that to themselves? You dumb people, you're stupid people, and I'm going to say it proper, because you're stupid, and you need to stop cognitively dissonancing yourself and your thoughts and how you fucking think. I understand you don't want to think about things all the time, but when you go out of your way to blame individual people for shit, when it's usually the government, especially when it comes to poverty. Most of the shit that happens in our country is literally, in our countries, are literally signed off by the government. Even the poverty is literally engineered. The fact that information on how to grow food, knowledge on how to knowledge on how to be real human beings in this environment has been kept from us and quite literally scrubbed off the internet. They've trained us to not think that we can just grow food in our garden and grow grass, and you think it's my fucking fault. No, it's their fault. It's not my fault that there's subliminal messages in every single fucking thing I see. I am an animal. Look, I'm gonna fall for it. So let's blame the government and not individual fucking people. Let's blame the people who have actually manufactured poverty to make us poor, because that means we're being slaves. We're working to be slaves, not to be rich or to be better. You work to stay a slave. That's why they don't pay you enough. They pay you a living wage, not a happy wage. And then we're going to sit there and blame each other. We should be talking about how do we build a community for poor people? How do we help parents, especially mothers, with parenting? How? How do we rehabilitate men who do not want to be around their children so the children get what they need? How do we actually focus on the children and what they need and not blaming the adults who cannot control their fucking situation? Cause my fucking God, the only thing you can do is vote. Even then you've been lobbied to not vote, for your shit to not work out as you think it would. Even then the voting is rigged. So what are we going to do? Fight, then you get shot in the head. Put yourself on fire. Congolese man literally lit himself on fucking fire. What happened? We got sad and cried. And then we had to eat food. Because guess what? You still need sustenance. We're still going to go to work. We're still going to do what the things we need to do, even if a man literally burned, because what else are you going to fucking do? Because now they will shoot you too, or you're going to burn yourself too. And now you sit there and you have the most stupid conversation that's ever seen earth, talking about poor people shouldn't have kids, as if kids through history have only been born by the rich. The conversation should be how to help parents. It should be how to rebuild community, not this fucking nonsense. It should be how do we abolish governments that have made it that the community is broken down, or how do we change the priority of the government to make it that it's community that they care about the most. No fucking shops or development or roads or whatever. A community. A community. Man. That's it for today's video. Do not forget to like it. Comment your thoughts down below. What do you think? Do you also think it's a stupid ass damn take to say that poor people shouldn't have kids? Because I do. And agree with me. Yeah. And share it to whoever you find it useful. What else? Follow me everywhere you'd love. Eat pussy, suck dick, and everything in between. And remember, you're the sun that shines in my pussy. She says it's a bad of Hastings. I don't make sense. I'm disintegrate. What's a he and say tonta? I'm smooth like your brain. That's why it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Do you? It don't make no sense. I'm the bunny that came to hop. All up in your brains. I mean that's hop. All up in your motherfucking ass brains. I'm a real life. You're a real life. Duh, he ain't got no money. Honey, is it wanna fight the bunny? Yeah. This the baddest bitch in the hot. That's cause bitch in it. The baddest bitch in it. Yeah. She said, I don't make sense. I'm disintegrate. What's a he and say tonta? I'm smooth like you really. That's why I don't make no sense. Repeat that. I'm smooth like your brain. That's why it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I'm the bunny that came to hop all up in your brains. I mean, that's hop all up in your motherfucking ass brain.